Pop, pop, pop. Welcome back to the ToppeePop Popcast, where I, ToppeePop, will be providing you guys with 1 hour of audio entertainment. Now, you might be hearing some background noises because I'm moving my mic. I forgot to move my mic right in front of me, so now you guys can hear me much more clearly. So, yes, very scuffed stream right now. Very scuffed recording right now, but that's fine because that's how the ToppeePop Popcast goes. By the way, I am by myself again because, well, that's the usual. And today is not Valentine's Day. It's actually 2 days after Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day happened on the 14th of February, as everyone knows. And today is the 16th of February. I guess that might be interesting for you guys who are interested in the timeline of when I record these. I just record these whenever. But today is the 16th, so it's 2 days after Valentine's Day. And, you know, I've just been really, really busy, so I haven't had time to actually record on Valentine's Day, nor like the day after or the days before. So, yeah, I finally got a chance, and here we are. So, today, since it's past Valentine's Day, and by the way, this episode probably will release... It's definitely gonna release like a few days after Valentine's Day, like 8 days after Valentine's Day or something like that. It always releases 9 p.m. Mondays, or not 9 p.m. 9 a.m. Though I don't know if I can keep that consistent schedule. Because I think I always release my podcast every 9 a.m. every Monday, 9 a.m. every Monday fortnightly. That doesn't make sense, huh? 9 a.m. fortnightly on Mondays, right? But I may be a bit more busy in the next 3 months, so I don't think I'll be able to keep that very consistent schedule. But we'll see. I'll try my best to keep that consistent schedule, but I doubt I'll be able to do it because I'm also really busy this weekend. And actually, probably this video, if I want to keep consistent the schedule, this video is probably not going to have anything visually. Like, I'm gonna put as minimal effort as possible because usually what happens is I think I do like a intro and then I get that, what, in Adobe After Effects you can make like a waveform thing, right? I just do that, and yeah, I'm probably not gonna do it this time because I'm a bit busy this weekend. I won't be able to edit. I'm just gonna probably pop up a PNG of my VTuber and just be like, yep, this is me. not much. Yeah. It won't be like this all the time, but I think this time, just for this week or this recording or this episode, I already know, they will be like this, I think. And maybe future episodes as well, because I'm really busy this time and I didn't expect to be this busy, but I guess life is life. But anyways, today, let's not talk about all that boring stuff. Today, we are going to be doing a Valentine's theme podcast or popcast. And I went on Reddit. I don't usually go on Reddit. And I just literally searched up funny Valentine's Day stories on Reddit. And I found this. Reddit, what are some of your funniest Valentine's Day stories? So we're gonna be going through this. I doubt there's gonna be that many things. So we'll probably have to go through a bunch of other Valentine's Day Reddit posts and or maybe not even Reddit. We might just look at some other stuff. So we'll just see how it goes, right? So let's read it right now. So, I'm not going to say the name of the person making the comment. I'm just going to read it. So, yeah. I'm not popular enough to be able to be like, hey, fans, can you give me your Valentine's Day, Valentine's Day stories? So, unfortunately, I will have to go from online, but maybe in the future, we'll see how it goes. I had to work on Valentine's Day from 9 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. with a single break in between, so we celebrated on the 11th. I was sick, as anything with strep throat but I insisted we go out and celebrate with dinner and a movie because I know she was looking forward to it so much, and it's all she talked about in the days leading up to it. Long story short, I'm so sick and physically exhausted I fall asleep during the movie. Movie's over and we get a room. I'm trying my hardest to be genuinely romantic and satisfying while coughing and looking like death. By the end of the night, I'm passed out in cold sweats with every single blanket over me, leaving her with almost nothing. She said it was the cutest thing seeing me try so hard to make it what she had wanted. I don't know how, but in the end, it was genuine and somehow she didn't get strep. Okay, so that's the interesting story. So basically he got sick, right? Or he, I don't know. I'm not gonna assume genders here. But they, they just got sick on Valentine's Day, and they tried their best to be very romantic. That's pretty much to sum it up. And I don't really know. I don't really have any relatable stories. And by the way, I'm gonna try to think if I can have any relatable stories. But the problem is, throughout my entire life, I haven't really had any romantic any really romantic situations. I've like dated once or twice. No, probably once. I actually don't really know how. I think in high school I've always been I've always been this romantic person. I used to love watching romance animes. It's changed so much since then because I really don't care about romance anime now. But back then, I actually really liked romance animes, and I would watch every single romance anime in the world. You know, like Toradora. What other romance animes are there? I can't really think of any more. There's definitely a lot more. Kimi no Todoke. Yes, I'm so good at remembering this stuff. Ghostic. Ghostic was mostly mystery though, but had a romance aspect. Golden Time, is that what it's called? Like, yeah, there's a lot of romance animes I've watched back when I was in high school. But now I've kind of just don't care about romance anime. And maybe this is because I've gotten older, but like even like into romance, I haven't really, I don't know how to explain it, but I haven't really had the lust to be romantic at all. I had it like right after high school, but now it just feels like, yeah, I don't really care about romance. So this is the problem. I was debating if I want to do a Valentine's Popcast because I actually don't really have too much input in when it comes to Valentine's. But maybe there are some funny stories that might pop up when I read these kind of things. Like that you know, that happened to me, and I'm like, oh wait, actually, right? Valentine's Day is a weird day, actually. It really is. Because like, it's a day for people, especially for high school. It's kind of like, it's a day for people to like give their secret crushes and also sort of blend in. So sort of blend that in with like a bunch of other like maybe roses, right? Or flowers or whatever to everyone else, right? Like you would just give it to a bunch of friends and then also give it to your crush, and it'd just be like, yeah. That's just, you know, don't worry about it. It's nothing special. Yeah, I think in Australia, we at least where I went to school, there wasn't really chocolate giving because that's like where that's usually Japan. No, at least from anime, there was not really chocolate, but it was mostly flowers, right? Well, we had like little roses. You could buy them from in the school store. I forget how you could buy them, but you could buy them. People were selling them, and you could write a letter. And it was yeah, I never really used it. Oh, actually. Oh no, I think I remember now. I remember. So basically, I think you could buy a rose or a letter or something like that, and then later in the day, like during class, it's like some people, like there's some sort of like Valentine's committee, probably the school captains or whatever, will come in to the class, and then they would just be like, oh, we got something for you, for this person and this person and this person and this person, right? And everyone was so excited. They were like, oh, you got something from someone. And I think I remember doing this actually. I did it as a meme though, because I wasn't really romantically interested. Actually, back then I was very confused with my romance, right? My feelings, because my feelings, I don't know. I just wasn't, I think I was, because, you know, I was the high school boy, and it just kind of like, I think I had a lot of friends that were girls, and I had a lot of confusion if I actually liked them or not. Eventually I did actually find out it was more of just like a, what do you call it? It's like an immediate interest, and pretty much like that's it. After that, I didn't really want to pursue in a romantic relationship. But I was always very confused because all the romance animes that I watched. So I had a bit of lust, right, for romance. But yeah, I think for this one, I remember giving it as a meme. Oh, no, I actually gave it to my crush. I remember giving the roses to my crush, and I actually had a friend that also had the same crush, which was a bit awkward because we were actually really good friends, but we ended up being friends for a while, but we sort of died down. I'm not going to talk about why. There's some stuff behind the scenes, and I won't mention it here because I don't want to have too much drama. But basically, oh my god, I remember the message that I put in my rose message. It was, do you like Pokemon? Because I Pikachu. Oh my god. I cringe. Yeah, I remember it. Yeah, and I've also done some other things for Valentine's. Like I made 100 letters, right, with all like these inspirational letters, and I gave it to someone. Same crush, by the way. But yeah, nowadays my Valentine's gifts are usually just like Happy Valentine's Day. That's all I say. And it's not really to everyone. I mean, it is to everyone. I mean, like, but even to like the person that I have an interest in, it's just like, I would say as like the same thing as I would say it to my friends as well. So yeah, but honestly, now my romance interest, my romance lust has like gone to 0%. It's like I have no interest in romance, and I don't think I will. But maybe in the future, maybe, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm a single Pringle. So yeah, there's not really much to say about Valentine's. I actually worked on Valentine's Day. I had a whole night shift at Valentine's Day. So I worked at a bottle shop, and it was quite busy, kind of. No, it wasn't really busy, but I think a lot of wine sold that time, that day. And I guess wines is kind of like a Valentine's alcohol thing. I don't really know. But yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't really know. I did see some couples come in and try to buy some alcohol as well. By the way, despite working at a bottle shop, I don't drink at all. I don't know anything about drinks. The only like alcohol things I know are from working. So yeah. So actually, I probably know quite a bit about alcohol for someone who doesn't drink at all. So that's interesting. And I think people always find that weird. But anyways, we're getting off topic. So next one, let's read the next funny story, I guess. Or actually, we can, yeah. Oh my god, I just like, okay, you know the message I read about like the person who's sick? It was like someone commented, "You're a great boyfriend," and then the person who made the story was like, "Until she tried to cheat on me 6 months later, then I was a great ex-boyfriend, ha 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 ha." And then, well, there goes my faith in humanity again. Cheating, huh? I've never really been in a situation where someone's cheated. And I don't really know why it's such like a common thing for people to cheat on other people. I don't really know. Maybe it's the culture. Because for me, I've grown up in a culture where like cheating is not really like a thing at all. It's usually, you're always usually faithful to the relationship that you are in, and that's pretty much it. So I've never really, you know, had any sort of situation where cheating was involved. And plus, when you're in high school, yeah, I don't think there'd be anyone who would be cheating. Well, at least I don't really know, actually. Who knows? Maybe I did know some people and they were actually cheating right under my nose. But anyways, I didn't really care. I was in a romantic relationship anyways. Next message. Took my high school girlfriend out to a Mexican place for dinner a few years back. We both spent the evening with diarrhea from food poisoning. It was so romantic. Oh my god. So, yeah, Mexican food is really good. I love Mexican food. I have my mom's friend is Mexican and she makes Mexican food for us sometimes, and I love it so much. But every single time after eating it, I end up like having really bad what do you call it? Not diarrhea, but I've just had really bad like flatulence, you know? What a weird word to say instead of like farting. But yeah, it just be really hard to keep the flatulence inside within, and it really be like that, huh? So yeah, I do like Mexican food, but man, that flatulence level be going up. Anyways, next one. Let's read the next story. Dude, here. When I was a freshman in college, my parents decided that they wanted to come visit. They wanted to come visit me on the weekend of Valentine's Day and wanted me to come out and meet them in the city for dinner that night. I was a little pissed as I wanted to go get drunk at a bar. I mean, if you were gonna get drunk at a bar, you would be pissed as well, right? Somewhere and take advantage of all the single lonely ladies looking for some love. But oh well. So I'm in the city with my parents and we had some time to kill until a dinner reservation when my mom suggests we go to the bar across the street and have some drinks. We go across the street and find a table and sit down. My mom immediately gets up to go to the bathroom and my dad leaves the bar to go check in with the restaurant. I'm starting to look around and observe my surroundings, and I realize three things in this order. There is not a single girl in here. Why are all the guys staring at me? Oh, crap. My parents left me alone in a gay bar on Valentine's Day. One of the guys came over and asked how I was doing. I ignored him, waited for my mom to get out of the bathroom, grabbed our coats, and left. It's still family story to this day. Hey, Seagull, remember this time we left you in a gay bar on Valentine's Day? Did they never come back and lead you to go across the street to find out they had no reservations? Okay, that's just a reply there. Okay, a gay bar, huh? I actually didn't know those things existed. I'm really like, the thing is, that's just a funny story. I don't really have too much to say about it. It's kind of funny because like they were expecting something, like they wanted this and they actually got it, but instead it was it wasn't like the complete opposite, but it was like pretty much what he wasn't expecting. And I think that's just really funny. So I don't really have too many experiences like that. I don't really care too much about who's gay or who's not or whatever, you know, as long as they're like a good person, you know, a good friend, and then I don't really care. I really don't care. So like, I know I have friends that are like heterosexual. Wait, is that the right word? No, not heterosexual. Wait, no. Is it heterosexual? What is it? Well, I gotta research before I go like make some bisexual, heterosexual, right? Oh, heterosexual is just the normal. But yeah, I've had people who are bisexual or you know, like the same gender. I know people, but like they're all pretty chill people. I don't really know why we have to go through all this sort of like drama about disliking other people's preferences. I genuinely think it's just like whatever is normal or whatever is not, right? as long as that person is like a good person, I think I wouldn't mind anyways. Like, also, I don't even know what my preferences are at this point, so whatever, I guess. But yeah, like I have a lot of friends, and some of them are gay, some of them are bisexual, right? But in the end, it just goes like, well, they're good friends of mine, so I'm not gonna care about that at all. And I don't really know why people care about that so much on Twitter or like on the internet in general. It's just so weird to me. I don't know. I might have offended people there, so I do apologize if I've offended anyone. I'm not trying to offend anyone, but if you really want to know my opinions on these kind of like gender pronouns and all kinds of stuff, my literal response is I don't care. As in, not as in like I don't care about your opinions, I just don't really care too much, because as long as I can have you, if let's say we're talking about a person, right? If you can be a good friend to me, then I'll be a good friend to you. That's pretty much it. I don't really care about anything about preferences, your hobbies, your gender, your pronouns. I don't really care about any of that. The thing I care about most is your personality. And that personality allows me to be good friends with you. And then lets me respect your hobbies, lets me respect your genders, pronouns, and all that kind of stuff. It's just like, you just gotta be good, right? Sometimes there are gonna be mishaps, and that's fine as long as we make, you know, as long as we resolve it as adults or friends, right? And yeah, and that's pretty much it. So I really don't care about any of that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna really mention about this topic any more than what I've mentioned right now, because I don't really want to get into too much drama. I'm not really a drama type of person anyways, but yeah. The one thing I don't like is forcing your own opinions on other people. That's the one thing I don't like. But yeah, let's just skip over that. We've gone off topic. But yeah, that's a pretty funny story, I would say. I'm gonna skip some stories here because I'm trying to make this podcast a bit more I'm trying to make it a bit more interesting. This is kind of funny. I want to make it a bit more PG, but you know, maybe let's get rid of the PG for now. We were having the babies. I don't really know how to say it in like a very PG form. We was having the number 6 with the I replaced with an E aggressively throughout the house. Then the pizza man came to the door, had to throw on some clothes as he could clearly see through the window. Oh. Oh no. The comment I saw below is too stupid. I can't ignore it. I read that as was having aggressively throughout the horse. Why a horse? Anyways, let's skip that one. I'm not gonna say too much about it. I was dumped the day before Valentine's Day on Friday the 13th. Full moon, first love. Laugh for I was injured and have never recovered. Bonus points if you can guess the year. Okay, I don't really know. No, whatever. That's not really that's kind of a boring story. This happened back in elementary school. I handed out Valentine's Day's card to older girls in my class to be nice. They all ended up handing them back to me because they thought it was weird. This one girl took it seriously and kept asking me if I actually liked her. Ooh. Actually, I had a situation where the thing is, I've always been really, really nice to someone, like selfless. So so there's two things that can happen. I tend to completely friend zone other people, or like I tend to make it so they friend zone me because I'm just like that nice to them. So usually they consult to me about problems that happened and I'm just there, you know, I just listen to them. So I tend to just friend zone or they friend zone me because we get to that sort of level where we trust each other so deeply. And then there's the other side where people actually do fall in love with me, but that sounds so, what's the word for it? That sounds so like cocky or whatever, right? But anyways, the thing is, back in like primary, I wasn't really good with romance at all. And even in high school, I wasn't good at romance. And even now, I'm not even good with romance. But in primary, I was especially really bad because I also had anger issues as well. I've always had anger issues until like year 8. Yeah. Like, I think I started dying down after that. That's when I became really, really selfless. So I used to be quite a selfish person. But after like year 8, I don't know what happened. I just transformed and became selfless. You know what? I think I know what happened. I'll talk about that at a different time though. But yeah, but I was also, I guess, in that case, actually, that doesn't make sense. How did the person fall in love with me then? But they ended up hating me anyways, which kind of, because I didn't react really nicely. I really didn't react really nicely, and I really do apologize to them, and I never had the chance to apologize to them, because we also went to the same high school, but I don't know. It's just kind of awkward between us, and I just like, you know what? I can't really say anything. But yeah, I do apologize to them for making things really awkward, because I was really nice to them. Because I think there was one time where I gave them like some emotional advice, and I think that's what sort of like hit the bell, right? Hit the bell, like, oh, hit the notification bell, blah blah blah. No, like it really like it really like fired the spark there, right? And I think like, I don't really know how to explain it, but I just didn't understand what love was. Like, I think I had a crush on someone else, but I didn't understand the concept of someone else having a crush on me, right? And I just didn't react nicely at all. And I think it just ended up both of us having a really bad relationship with each other. Like, in terms of like we were good friends before, and then it just went down. Like, really bad. Now, it does leave a bit of a bad taste, a bitter taste. It is what it is, man. Yeah. I mean, that was the only one time that someone actually romantically fell in love with me, right? I don't really know. I'm actually quite dense when it comes to love. So I actually can't tell if someone's fallen in love with me or not. And honestly, I don't really care. If they do though, I don't really know what I would react to. Like, I was talking to one of my good friends on stream. I call her my One-chan, which is, I know it's kind of weird, but I don't really know how it went by. I think she acted like a big sister, and we just eventually ended up like that. Her name is Ionari. Is that her new name? She used to be called Sakia, but yeah, maybe I'll bring her to the podcast one episode, and we talked about like this romance stuff, because she's really interested in romance stories, and we talked about it, and we were like, what would you do if someone confessed to you, right? And I was just like, well, I actually don't know. I haven't really been romantically interested in so long now. Like, it's just, like, as I told you, my romantic lust has gone to 0%. So I don't really know how I would react. Maybe something would light up again if someone did confess to me, but I really don't know. But I think I'd be nice enough to be like, you know what? If this person like is someone that I think we can genuinely get along with, I might give it a chance. Maybe, but I don't really know if that's a good thing to do, because like I'm not I don't know if I'm like accepting a confession because I want to try it out. I don't know if that sounds very rude, right? So I don't know. I don't know. What are your opinions about that? Yeah, I don't really know if it's rude to be like not actually be in love with them already and just be like, yeah, like what's the difference of accepting the confession between someone who's already in love with them as well, or someone who is who just wants to try it out, right? You know, because you know the compatibility is pretty good. I think I am compatible with a lot of my friends. Like in terms of like friendships, we're good friends because we share the same hobbies, we share the same mindsets and all that stuff. Thinking about a romantic relationship with these people, it's weird. It's kind of weird to me. And actually, it's weird when you're online, when you have an online personality, a lot of people ship you for some reason. It's like, especially like when you collab with I collab with because the thing is, I'm a VTuber, right? There's a lot of collaborations that I do. Well, at least back then. I don't really collab anymore. I don't even stream anymore, guys. Please help me. I don't stream at all, but I will actually start streaming eventually once I start rigging. There are 2 projects I'm working on. One of them is under the discussion. I'm trying to figure out what I want, like what I'm gonna do with it, because there's a lot of difficulty behind it. It's my first time and I have to figure out stuff. So yeah. And then there's another one that's just a self-personal project that I'm gonna do for someone else. And that one's not even like a full body, or it's just a little blob animal thing. So I'm gonna enjoy rigging that one. I just have to figure out how to separate the layers and see what to make so I can get what I want, right? But either way, that's off the topic, right? We're already off topic. What I wanted to say was, wait, what was I trying to say? I don't remember. Why did I even end up to rigging? Huh? How did I get in? Huh? Oh, okay. I think I talked about collaborations, right? So because I'm a VTuber, right? Most of the more well-known, like most of the VTuber, like the VTuber, how do I say it? The VTuber community is mostly filled with female VTubers, right? So that's why most of my friends were female VTubers, and for some reason people just shipped you. I didn't really care for it because the thing is, I don't know if I can romantically fall in love with someone that I met in person. I really don't think I can. Maybe I can, who knows? But I guess if I've never met them, right, I just don't know if I can, right? But yeah, there is just like it's kind of weird because people do ship you, and it's just weird. That happened online, I guess. Or people assume that you actually the ones where like if my friends, like, because I told them like something about a romance story, and they're like, oh, did you actually like this person, right? It's just because I was a good friend of them, right? And we actually know each other in person, right? And I was like, no. Like that's fine, but like the fact that people do actually ship you just because you collab, that's kind of weird to me. But in the end, I actually don't react very nicely as well. I usually go like, I always like deny it in such a dramatic way where it makes it seem like we actually are like dating. But yeah, I don't know, it's just a bit awkward. I don't really know why I'm talking about this right now. But yeah. Also, speaking about Valentine's Day, we have my good friend Isamu Komori that popped up 2 episodes ago. That, as I had said, he is technically my Minecraft husband, though, for some reason. I don't really know the story behind it. I think it was just sort of like we played Minecraft and then we just decided that, hey, let's become husband and wife. But yeah, that's actually, we had a Valentine's, as I think I said that before, but we did have a Valentine's collab, and that was really fun. And yeah, there's also like some other viewers. There's also some other people that I had like an interesting relationship with. Not a romantic relationship, but some interesting relationship. But anyways, let's continue on. This happened back in elementary school. I had it. Oh wait, I already read this. Oh, that's it. Let's go to 11 hilarious Valentine story. Okay, so this is just a new website. Okay, I'm just gonna read this. As Valentine's Day approached, I tried to think of an unusual gift for my husband. When I discovered that his favorite red plaid pants had a broken zipper, I thought I had the perfect Valentine. I had the pants repaired and gifts wrapped them and gift wrapped them. On the package, I put a huge red heart, which I printed. My heart's pants for you. I was a surprised one, however, when I saw the same heart taped on to our formerly empty but now overflowing wood box. On it, it had written, "Would you be my Valentine?" Okay. I don't really understand the story. It's not really that funny. Maybe I don't understand this culture, so I'm just going to continue on. Maybe you guys can explain what's funny about this. Diving through Southern California, I stopped at a roadside stand that sold fruit, vegetables, and crafts. As I went to pay, I noticed a young woman behind the counter was painting a sign. Why the new sign? Painting a sign. Why the new sign? I asked. My boyfriend didn't approve the old one, she said. When I glanced at what hung above the counter, I understood it declared, "Local honey dates nuts." Oh, I get it. Because dates is like dates is like that kind of like, what is it? It's like some sort of I don't know what it is, but it's something, right? It's like a food you can eat or like some snack. Our local honey dates nuts. That's a bit funny. I met my husband while I was working in a science library. He came in every week to read the latest journals and eventually decided to take out the librarian instead of the books. What? After a year and a half of dating, he showed up at the library and started rummaging through the desk. I asked what he was looking for, but he didn't answer. Finally, he unearthed one of the rubber stamps I used to identify reference books. Since I couldn't find the right engagement ring, he said, "This will have to do." That's so funny. And he firmly stamped my hand. Across my knuckles, in capital letters, it read, "Not for circulation." Okay, yeah, that's very cute though. I think that's really, really cute. Very, very funny. Very funny and cute. Actually, I realized in my last podcast that my vocabulary is really bad. Every anime I talked about was just like, "Hey, that's interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. Oh yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was interesting. Oh my god, I was like dying when I was listening back to it because I have to listen back to my podcast because I just want to check if there's anything wrong about it, right? Like, it's kind of like with my videos, I watch my videos at least 2 or 3 times even after editing just to check if there's like anything I could improve on. And there's always things I can improve on, right? I just don't have the time to work on stuff to improve on, but I just want to see like, oh, what could I make better? And I usually try to do that for the next video, right? So I do that with the podcast. And why did I even talk about this right now? Oh, it's kind of because like I'm reacting to things, right? So hopefully my vocabulary is a bit better. I've been trying to train myself, you know. Not really. I haven't really trained myself. I've just been really busy. Anyways, next one. My boyfriend and I met online and we'd been dating for over a year. I introduced Hans to my uncle, who was fascinated by the fact that we met over the internet. He asked Hans what kind of line he had used to pick me up. If ever the geek, Hans naively replied, "I just used a regular 56k modem." Interesting. I think I understand it. It's like, do they mean like line as in like a social media thing or something? But yeah, I don't know. The lingerie store where my aunt works was crowded with shoppers selecting Valentine's Day gifts for their wives. A young businessman came to the register with a lacy black negligee. My aunt noticed that the next customer, an elderly farmer, was holding a long flannel nightgown and kept glancing at the younger man's smaxier choice. When it was his turn, the farmer placed the nightgown on the counter. "Would you have anything in black flannel?" he asked. This is not really that funny. This is just like little chuckles, right? Maybe the way I say it might make it much more funny, like the way I convey it, right? So let me try to convey it in a way that will be very interesting for listeners, right? My husband, a certified public accountant, works 15-hour days for the first few months of the year. In spite of his hectic schedule, he took time out to order me flowers for Valentine's Day. While pondering what sweet endearment to write on the card, he obviously began thinking of the many hours of work still ahead of me. Him. His note read, "Roses are red, violets are blue. If I weren't thinking of you, I'd probably be through." Oh, that's just cute. Wait, if I weren't thinking of you, I'd probably be through. Already, yeah, that's just cute. That's just really cute. I think I'm just saying cute a lot now. By the way, I'm trying to make this more ASMR like this podcast, just give you guys a bit of a nice, because I think I do have a bit of a bassy voice. Actually, I don't think my voice is that deep. My voice isn't really deep. I think it's just smooth is what people say. I don't really know what that means, but people say my voice is very smooth to listen to. So it's just really like calming to listen to, which is very nice. I think it'd be nice for the podcast. But anyways, I'm actually just gonna find a different website because I think this is they're not really that funny. So I'm just gonna. They're not really funny, so I'm just gonna continue on, see if I can find anything else funny. I'm being verified as a human. I am human. I am human. As Valentine's Day approached, I tried to think of an unusual gift. Oh, wait, I already read these. These are just the same. They're kind of. This is the same. I'm just gonna search up funny Valentine story. Now I know it's a bit scuffed. I didn't really set up anything. I usually don't really set up any of this kind of stuff. I just go with the flow, a bit of like a freestyle kind of podcast. I mean, that's usually how it goes, right? And hopefully, I think I've been getting better at it. Actually, I've been getting better at just talking about random stuff. But yeah, okay, let's read this stuff. I met this guy. He asked me out for Valentine's Day. We went to a free dog show. Romantic, right? But I was cool with it because I do like animals. Oh, it's a sarcastic, right? Sarcasm. We went to a free dog show. Romantic, right? But I was cool with it because I do like animals. But then we saw my aunt and grandma there, and he insisted on hanging out with them the entire time. Then he asked me to drive him to the store. When we went in, he grabbed the teddy bear, fake flowers, and some groceries. We got to the checkout line and he asked me to pay for it because he forgot his money. And then he handed me the plastic bag with the fake flowers and bear and said, "Here you go, happy Valentine's Day. Most romantic date ever." Insert eye roll. Yep, that's unfortunate. I've never been in a situation where that would happen. I mean, the thing is, I just don't go on dates with people that I am romantically interested in. I go on friend dates. That's really fun. Friend dates are really, really fun. You guys should go to friend dates. They're super fun. I don't know. I'm like one of the types of people who enjoy hanging out with one person, right? And have just talking with them. I don't mind hanging out with more people as well. Like, that's not something I don't like. It's just I prefer hanging out with one person. But if it's more people, then I don't mind. Especially if it's just a small amount of people, then I'm okay. Like 3 people, very good. Like including me, right? I enjoy that. I enjoy that a lot. But yeah. Oh, sorry, sorry, Mike. I apologize, Mike-kun. But yeah, that's unfortunate. I like how the story is kind of like it's supposed to be in sarcasm, right? Yeah, you just paid for your own Valentine's gift, huh? Man, I wonder one day if I can actually have a Valentine story for you guys. Who knows? We'll see. I'll let you guys know if I do get a girlfriend, huh? But I probably won't publicly. The thing is, even if I get a girlfriend, right? I probably won't ever publicly, or at least tell anyone that I am going out with someone, like everyone, my fans and stuff, because I just don't feel like the need to do it. I'd rather keep my relationship private. But I don't know. Now that I've started a podcast, maybe it'd be easier if I just talked about a relationship. But what happens if the relationship goes wrong later on, right? Isn't that kind of sad? Anyways, a bit of negative thinking there. I'll try to think more optimistically. Oh my god. Way back in my 20s, I found out the man I was engaged to was married. What? That is unfortunate. Yep. That's all I can say. My mother's birthday is on Valentine's Day. When she and my dad started dating, they were both living in Toronto, Ontario, in Canada. They had a date planned to celebrate Mom's birthday. Dad was a couple hours late, which made Mom pretty angry. When he finally arrived, she told him as much from the top of the stairs to her flat. He responded by saying that he had something for her. His response was, throw it up here, so he did. It was an engagement ring. They married in Niagara Falls in September 1952. The reception overlooked the falls. They were married for 60 years. Oh, that doesn't sound... That last sentence kind of makes it a bit bitter. They were married for 60 years. Does that mean like one of them passed away, or, you know, they divorced? I don't know. That's kind of... I don't know. That last sentence could have been, you know... I don't know. 60 years is a long time though, so that's nice. I made a date with a woman for Valentine's Day. 54 years ago, I spent every last dime I had for this date. I showed up at her apartment only to find another man there. Oh, playing guitar and singing. She and her 3 roommates were all sitting around in casual clothes. When I arrived in my suit and I saw what was going on, I asked if we actually had a date. The dude left. She ran upstairs and changed while I waited and became madder and madder. We did complete our date and were married for 52 years before she passed away. Oh, interesting. Sorry, I keep like silent. I keep making it silence here. At least there's a BGM going on in the background, right? But yes. Oh, so shout out to Sean Secret for that, and also Roxas for, you know, the intro as well, intro and outro animation. But anyways, yeah. Interesting. The story is not really well written. I think it's just kind of nah. You know, it's just like, oh yeah, sure. And then this happened. I don't know. It's just not really that interesting. Man, people should learn how to write stories better. Maybe you guys can recommend me a good place to read stories when I do this again. I don't even know how long I'm going to be doing this for. I'm planning on doing this for at least in the end of the year, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be busy next year. But we'll see how it goes, you know? We'll see how it goes. Once in the early years of marriage, my then husband and I wanted to eat. Oh, my then husband, damn. My then husband and I wanted to eat at our favorite restaurant on Valentine's Day. The wait was 2 hours for a table for 2. The hostess asked if we would share a table for 4 with another couple. We could get in faster. So we did. We had dinner with a young couple. It was so awkward. We made idle chit-chat, exchanged business cards, and then never spoke to them again. At least we got our dinner in a decent amount of time. So, double dates, huh? I've actually had an interest. I mean, there were plans to do a double date once, but honestly, it never happened because, yeah, both sides kind of the relationship didn't really stay. Anyways, I won't say too much about that. But yes, double dates are interesting because, like, I think double dates will only work if you know the other person very well, right? If you're good friends with the other person. I really don't understand the concept of double dates though. Is it just so, like, let's say you have a very new couple with a couple that's been together a bit longer, you'd think like the new couple would be like you'd be like what is it like you like the older couple would like probably lead the new couple, right? Is that probably how that is that like the concept of double dating? I guess I don't really know. I don't tend to know. Actually, that just reminded me for some reason. That reminded me of the one scene in classroom on Delhi where the guy goes out with the girl and then decides, this girl's not helpful at all, so I'm not going to use her. But maybe in a different timeline, if he wasn't like this, maybe they would go out. I don't know. Anyways, off topic again. I always talk about anime eventually. I don't know. Maybe because I just watch a lot of anime. But recently I have not been watching that much anime. I've been working on my live 2D and art. Like, I haven't had time to really do anything. But anyhow, yes. I don't really know. These stories are kind of My first day in divorce court was on Valentine's Day. Let's give a round of applause to this person. Clap, 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 clap. Oh wow, the audio form looks really cool there. It's the exact same thing 4 times. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's just unfortunate. Not really much to say there, huh? I've never been to court. I mean, I'm too young, man. I haven't really experienced so much stuff yet. When I get older, I think, honestly, like, if you're going to do a podcast, it's probably better if you're much older and you've experienced way more, right? As I am right now, I'm still in uni, so you can guys kind of guess how young I am. I'm about to finish uni, so you can still kind of guess how young I am. And yeah, it's just kind of like, I don't really have too much experience, right? But I will try my best. I'll try my best to give you some stories, funny stories, right? This isn't a funny love story, but I feel it's unique in connection with how our lives repeatedly had crossed paths, beginning in being raised in the 1940s, a mile or two apart in Brooklyn, Queens area of New York City. Many times, even into our teens, we were in the same place at the same time. We finally met the day before freshman orientation at Hope College in Holland, Michigan. And this girl sitting next to me turns and says, "I know you. We got married 4 years later in 1960. That's cute. It's just like a nice like path thing. I don't know. I think, so the thing about Your Name, right? The anime Your Name. This reminds me of Your Name. Your Name, the whole concept about it is there's always someone out there in the world that is fated to meet you, right? That's sort of like the concept of Your Name, and it's really adorable. It's really cute, and it's just like fate. It's the idea of fate. And now a lot of people don't really believe this kind of stuff, right? Superstitious kind of stuff. I'm sort of in the middle. I'm like, yeah, I think there might be someone that is like your true love, right? And I haven't met, well, I mean, I thought I met him, but I'm not really sure now because my romantic loss has just gone to 0%, right? So I really don't know anymore. We just have to see how it goes again. But yeah, it's an interesting concept, I think. The idea of you've crossed paths with this person and now now you're married and stuff like that. I don't know, it just really reminds me of Your Name, which is a beautiful movie. It's a very beautiful movie that I still think A Silent Voice is a bit better, but that's just because of personal experience, right? Something that's more relatable, obviously, but I think Your Name is still really good. Kimi no Nawa. Anyways, let's read the next one. We're running out of time. In 1999, I was talking to a man I had known 8 years before in high school. We had gone to coffee a few weeks before, but plans kept getting cancelled. We finally decided to go out on Valentine's Day for our first date. Valentine's Day is also my birthday. I had told him that a few times on the days leading to holidays. I organized on what to bring. I agonized on what to bring. Should I bring a card? A gift? Nothing. I set on a small inspirational book and bookmark. Friendly, but not too much. He met me at the restaurant with absolutely nothing, not even a card. He seemed not at all perturbed that he had made such a glaring fox pass. I should mention that exactly 1 year later, we landed in Ireland for the first day of our honeymoon. He has been showering me with gifts on the week of my birthday, which includes our anniversary on February 12th, every year since. This marks more than 20 years of him making up for that birthday. Oh, that's cute. That's actually really cute though. I like these stories where it's like the story isn't like great in the beginning, but then like later on it's just like, oh, you know, they made up for it anyways. So it's just like a funny story to talk about. And I think in general, that's just stories in general. Like, I said general twice there. But now I said it thrice. But yes, like, I think, again, I'm relating it to a non-anime. A Place Further in the Universe, right? It's an anime about French, you know, exploring an unknown world with friends, right? And in this case, they've had bad experiences during, like, especially during the travel to Antarctica. They had like a bad experience with like the sea, like getting seasick and all that stuff. And it just kind of reminds me of like, and then like they started laughing after like having so much trouble, and like it's just that sort of like any bad story that does happen, anything bad that does happen to you, you can always look back to it and laugh at it, right? And I think that's happened to me quite a few times, and I think I appreciate that sort of thing that happened. Like, though it felt so bad at that time, I appreciate that I went through it because it's a funny story to talk about. It's something, it's also a good experience, right? But it's also just funny to talk about, especially when you're like, you're very social and you want to talk about funny stories to other people. Yeah, especially also when you're like a streamer, right, or YouTuber. Very good to have some stories up your butt, you know. As for me, I don't really have too many funny stories, but yeah, especially with Valentine's, it's a bit weird. That's why I'm just relying on the internet, okay, to carry me this time, okay. Okay, it was our first Valentine's Day together in 1994. By the way, this is quite long ago. 1994 is 30 years ago. Isn't that crazy? In 1992, Hurricane Andrew had destroyed the Japanese restaurant Samurai, and it was under construction for a long while. Every time we would pass by the restaurant, my girlfriend then would say, "I'm dying to eat there." Well, Valentine's Day in 1994 came around, so I figured it would be a great place for Valentine's Day. I excitedly made dinner reservations knowing she was dying to eat there. Guess what? After dinner, she was not happy and said, that is not a restaurant for Valentine's Day. Jump forward to now, we have been married since 1995, and since Valentine's Day 1994, I have not made another dinner reservation. I now let her handle that part of our relationship. We laughed about it all the time. Yes, as I said, when you have a story, also I'm playing with like a little clipper right now. I don't know, I think these are, what are these called? Like the little clippers, they're like, I don't know what to call it. Okay, I'm gonna stop explaining it. Anyways, yeah, as I said, funny, you know, bad experiences lead to very funny stories, right? And I'm glad these guys are still in a relationship, you know, having fun with each other, been married since 1995. Absolutely amazing. There's always going to be ups and downs in a relationship, right? And sometimes the downs are really bad and it really does end the relationship. You know, I've known a few friends that had a lot of ups and downs for the relationship, and eventually, you know, it didn't end up very well. But I think relationships are a hard thing. They are a hard thing because relationships really, they can be really good and they can be really bad. That's the problem. And I think there's just like, that's probably why I don't have any more romantic lust. Like, it's just because I'm worried about that, right? I'm worried about the that sort of like how bad a relationship can go. It can go amazing, but it can also go bad. And I just really don't want to experience that. Though I think I shouldn't worry about that, and I think I should keep pursuing a relationship. And then, you know, once that happens, I can give you guys a funny story about how I broke up with my girlfriend. No. Let's not think about it too pessimistically. But yeah, I already know. If someone wants to explain why I'm not really romantically interested in anything now, like I don't really have any romantic lust at this point, please tell me. I need some consultation here. I really do. I don't have, like, maybe there is a bit of it, because in high school I'm 100% romance lust. Now 0% romance lust. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you guys know if something happens, maybe. And yeah, but anyways, that's going to be the end of this podcast. Well, at least was closing into 1 hour. So the last few episodes I've been doing a bit longer than an hour. This time I'm going to close it in about an hour. So thank you guys for listening. If you guys haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to see more podcast episodes. And join the Discord server. Everything in the description below. All the shout outs are there as well. And yeah. Until then, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.